In this video, we're going to have a look at some of the different ways of specifying color in CSS. Now, before I get into this, let me just demonstrate what I mean by different ways of specifying color. So if we look at our HTML page and our CSS, here we have specified the color for this heading using this code, where we specify color is purple. So this is a way of specifying color, and I'm going to talk about the different ways of doing this. So these are the several different ways of specifying color in CSS, and this looks really complex, so let me just break it down for you. So if you look at this page, in the columns I have different ways of specifying the color, and the last column is basically the color that we are representing with these things. So you can see here there are 5 different ways of mentioning the color. The first one is called the keyword, and this is the easiest way to remember color names. This is basically just English language names of those colors, and if you specify this in the CSS, it will automatically render this color. Now there are some limitations to having a keyword color. You don't have a name for all the possible colors. Just to help you understand, let me actually show you how many colors there are. So there are only 145 colors that have actual names, but if you look at the number of possible colors, so these are the number of possible colors, but we only have 145 names that have keywords. This is over 16 million colors, but only 145 have names. So that's why we typically tend to have these other notations for representing color. So the second way of specifying color is called the 6-digit hex code. Here you can see that Aqua has this kind of a hex code. This is basically a hash symbol followed by 2 characters for specifying how much red should be in there, and 2 for how much green, and 2 for how much blue. So it will basically contain hash followed by 6 characters. It could be either a number or a letter. So that's what a 6-digit hex code is. A 3-digit hex code will have the hash and 3 characters instead of 6. One for red, one for green, and one for blue. So these are similar, except that the 3-digit hex code is simpler to write. And then there's the RGB notation using the decimals. This is a very important way for you to be familiar with, because this is a highly preferred way of writing CSS colors. So for this, what you do is write RGB, and in the parenthesis, you will write 3 numbers. The first number tells you how much red should be there in the color, and how much green, how much blue. And these numbers are specified from a range of 0 to 255, where 0 stands for no red in this case, and 255 means the red is full. So that's the decimal way of representing the colors. And this color is basically a combination of RG and B. These are the primary colors, and we're mixing these primary colors in this proportion. That's what we're specifying in the parenthesis. Now RGB notation can also be specified in percentages. In that, instead of having these numbers in decimals, you will specify it in the percentages. That's all the difference is. So these are the 5 different ways of specifying color in CSS. Now there's also one special way of specifying opacity, which is the RGBA notation. We saw the RGB notation. There's another thing called RGBA notation, where we'll add another letter called A, which stands for alpha. And here we specify a 4th number inside the parenthesis, which will specify how much the transparency is of that color. If you're listening to all this for the first time, this can be overwhelming. So let me demonstrate, and this will make things simpler for you. So now we're going to go to our profile page on CodePen, and here we have specified purple. Now I'm going to go to a new tab and Google for purple CSS code. And here I'm going to click on this first link. So this is a website that gives you color codes for different colors, and here we have a list of the colors, different shades of purple, and here we have the different formats of the code. And here you can see that they've given the keyword, which is basically the color name, and here they've given the hex code and then the decimal for RGB, and here we have purple. So here in the HTML we've just specified the keyword here. This will also work. It's giving us a proper color. But now let's try out this code. So if you remove this, a CodePen will automatically render the default color, which is black. And I'm going to paste this purple color in hex code, and you can see that it's rendering it properly now. Now let's try the RGB decimal format. And this also works. Now one thing we saw is that we can also do percentages, and 128 is basically half of 255 or 256 basically, because we are also including 0. It's 255, 0 to 255. So 128 is half of 256. So we can just say percentage 50%. and then 0%, and it'll render you the purple color in RGB percentage notation. Now we can set this back to how it was using decimals. And now let's introduce the alpha channel, which is the transparency or opacity. And here I'm going to say 0.5. So this number basically goes from 0 to 1. Here we have 0 to 255, but here all these three will have 0 to 255. But here in the fourth place, we only have 0 to 1. So if you look at what we have here, it's basically the translucent version of purple. So what this fourth number does is it gives you control over the transparency of the color. So let's say you say 0 is the transparency of the color, it will completely vanish. You may think that there's nothing there, but actually you can select it and you'll see that there's the text there, but its color is completely transparent. Okay, so it shows you the background color, which is white. That's why you're not able to see that there's even text there. But let's say you do 1 and now it's completely opaque. By default, the value is 1. That's why you see it as opaque. But if you want to minimize the opacity, you'll say 0.5, or if you want to say 0.1, it'll be very mild. 0.2 will be a little denser than that. Like this, you can increase the transparency or the opacity. You can even give 0.75. So like this, you can change the opacity of your colors. So I hope this gives you some clarity over how to control the colors using different ways of specifying color in CSS. Please make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for notifications. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.